The more problems a person have, the more important they feel. I have seen a lot in my students where they may have drama addiction or stress addiction. And it happens with everyone. You can see an example on social media where people are claiming to have been beaten up, they have been claiming to be kidnapped, they have been claiming to have a health issue, obesity, cancer, and as a result, they get lots of views, right? Naturally, people, the more problems they have, the more important they feel. And that's an issue because it's glorified to have lots of problems and issues. Just look on shows that are really popular. Like if you look at Kardashians or other celebrities, right? When they have problems, when they have issues, they always highlight that in the news, in social media, right? Everyone wants to know about it and they want everyone to know about it. It gives people the idea that the more problems you have, the more important I am. So let me rack up more problems and let me rack up more stress. Because the more I can present to people that I'm stressed, they're going to feel like, wow, that person must have a lot going on in their life to be stressed. And you can have a lot going on in your life. Doesn't mean that you need to be stressed. Stress is subjective. Stress is a choice. And I'll explain to you how. When you are having external factors in your life, things that are happening, whether it's people, places, and experiences. When it comes to people, let's say if someone cursed at you, or if someone is being mean to you, you have the choice to respond how you want to respond to that person. It doesn't need to be in a way where you're binding yourself to that person. It can be in a way where you can just respond, then leave it alone, or if it's not something where it's like work related, for example, where you don't need to respond, then you don't respond. You let them be. You don't need to have the last word. When it comes to experiences, people tend to see experiences happening in their life more as, why is this happening to me, rather than this is what I'm manifesting in my life. Let me respond to it in the most powerful, strategic way. And then when it comes to places, there are some people where they want to go to a location and they're not able to go. Maybe because in their Vedic astrology chart, they have some kind of karma related to travel or going to that specific place. Or they don't want to go somewhere, but they're forced to go there. Maybe they're forced there to go for work, or they're forced to go there because their partner is there and they want to stay with their partner, but they particularly don't like the area. This is just a few examples of how you can see something as stressful, but it's subjective because you need to quickly look and see. For example, when a person is having an argument, there can be two people and they're saying, oh, I wish you would hit me. I wish, I dare you. I wish you'll hit me right now. And they're saying that, like, you would think they don't want a person to hit them. But during that moment, when they're getting that adrenaline rush, when they're getting that emotional roller coaster up and down, right? When they're in fumes, they are addicted. They love the taste of that adrenaline and that emotional roller coaster that they're putting their system through. And so you can see this with everything else. You can see it way back then when you see two old ladies on the porch speaking about their life and they're saying, oh, well, you know, I went through this and I went through that and I had a much harder life, and you would never understand because this is something that, you know, I never seen anyone went through. And then the other one said, well, you know, my son went through this and that and my daddy did this to me, you know, so I think I had it a lot harder this life. They're glorifying and they're almost competing in a way about the amount of stressful situations that they've had in their life. Understand that whether you kill yourself or stay in this body, which I don't recommend to kill yourself, you will see that no matter where you go, no matter where you move to, you are the source of from which you're manifesting those things. And I'm not saying you're the problem. It's not like that. Your birth chart, your Vedic astrology chart, is your body. I can see your whole entire body, your chart. It's the reason why it's called the birth chart in the first place. birth chart. It's your body. Without you being born, you wouldn't have a birth chart in the first place. When you are thinking that when you move to a different location, your life will be different, your friends will be different, to a degree that'll be true, because you're in a completely different geographic location that is then affecting you energetically differently based on the Vedic astrology map of the world. But on a basic level, you're still going to manifest similar relationships, you're still going to manifest similar friends, and you're still going to manifest similar situations when it comes to money or other opportunities. You're going to manifest, there's going to be some kind of theme pattern, some kind of theme that's going to be reoccurring no matter where you go. So you need to really deep dive and look deep inside. The things that you're stressing about, is it necessary to stress about them? Like, let's say if you take the stress out of the equation, if there's no stress, are you not able to get those things done or do the things that you truly want to do? Or do you require stress to actually go about your day-to-day life? I don't think you can ever convince me that you need stress to go about your day-to-day life and do the things you need to do and speak to the people you need to speak to and say the things you need to say. I think that's asinine. But you need to remember that you're a powerful manifester. You're not here to stress. They did a very great job passing down the idea of stress to you as something that's required in your day-to-day life. It's like worrying. Worrying doesn't change anything, no matter what the situation is. People will say, "Oh, I was worried about you." And the person will say, "Oh, thank you for worrying about me." When you put it out without the situation of two people loving each other and you just take the context separately and look at it, that's kind of weird, isn't it? I'm so happy that you are worrying about me, which is completely shutting down your system, breaking down your system, creating toxins being produced by the brain because of the stress. It doesn't make any sense. So you need to look deep inside and see, is the things I'm stressing about worth my stress? Is it worth my energy depletion that I'm doing to my body? Because you can change your whole life around. Your life does not have to be stressful. Stress itself is subjective. It is a choice. It is a choice that you're making about the external situations and internal situations you have about your life. You can be concerned, but use that energy of concern in order to change things in your life. Your concern doesn't have to translate into stress. Your concern can be translated into loving compassion. So maybe start with changing your vocabulary. Instead of saying I'm stressed, you can say I'm concerned. Because then you can come more from the space of love and compassion. That will do so much better and good for your system rather than literally repeating it as a mantra. I'm stressed, I'm stressed, I'm stressed, I'm stressed. At least concern is a bit more lighter. And eventually you won't even need a word to say anything you need to say. You'll just do. The people in your life, they will convince you that they have a stressful life. They will convince you that they have drama going on in their life. They will convince you that they have a lot of sudden ups and downs and things like this in their life. Don't believe them. They're trying to convince you that either you need the same or that the things that you have going on in your life needs to be stressful. It doesn't need to be stressful. It's very simple. People are either with you or they're not with you. You either live here or you don't live here. Either you do this or you do that. Simple. No need for stress. Obviously, there are some people that are more prone to stress than others. There are people where they strive when they are in a quote-unquote stressful situation. But the true nature of that is emergencies. They strive whenever there's an emergency because while there is an emergency, they feel most important. These are people who work in ER rooms, ER emergency ambulance, ER doctors, nurses, for example. Some kind of work, career, or job where they're in high demand. The demand is high at the work. One little small thing that is not done correctly can completely mess up the whole entire thing. So the people that strive off of this will be the ones who always claim the most that they're stressed, and that those things are associated in their chart with secrets, sudden ups and downs, hidden events, things like this. But that also stems into the route of occult mysticism, astrology, the science of life, things of that nature, manifestation. But everyone get their emotional nourishment from a different place. Some people get their emotional nourishment through gossip. Some people get their emotional nourishment through emergencies, striving off of emergencies and sudden events. But the same place where gossip is, there's also writing. So it doesn't have to be the things that's going to decrease the quality of your life. It can be things that will increase the quality of your life. Like writing, people get their emotional nourishment all associated with that same house of gossip. Writing, putting jewelry, having jewelry, making their wrists, their neck, their ears feel good. Communication, short distance traveling, long distance traveling, working out, being physically active, moving, going for a walk, spending time with their brothers and sisters. That's just one example out of many houses. Maybe in the next video I'll go over where people get their emotional nourishment in each house. But for now, you need to understand that you're not even from this star system. You're from a different civilization. Now, there are some people where they need to go through suffering and go through intense situations in order to appreciate and have gratitude later on in life for places that they'll be, beautiful places they'll be in. But there are more advanced souls like us where we don't need to go through that kind of suffering in order for us to be appreciative and gratitude of the things that we manifest in life. It's just something that happens. So for us, we're able to put ourselves in other people's shoes, analyze situations, and thus from that space manifest the kind of life we want and be grateful for it and happy for it and want to share it with others. We're coming from holistic civilizations. We're not even human. We're so powerful, you don't even know. And even if you're on the other bracket of the kind of soul you are, whether it's a newer soul or an older soul, it doesn't matter. We all have the same capacity to manifest the ideal reality that we want. And you can change things around. You can change your life around. You can. I have done it, and you can do it. You can do it too. You don't have to get a Vedic astrology reading, but the link is here. If you don't feel that you're ready for it yet, then subscribe, like the video, comment and ask a question, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned to more empowering videos that's going to allow you to take the responsibility to manifest the life you want. Life can be very simple and without stress. Let's get you unbrainwashed, let's acid wash you from the conditions that the people around you and society has embedded onto your system. Namaskar.